Yuji, Nobara and Megumi arrive to converse with her about a suspected traitor located at Kyoto School. Before she divulges his name, there's a changeover to Kasumi demanding reports from Mechamaru as the deadline verges on. Yutaheim escorts the trio to the basement of Kyoto School in order to have a word with Kokichi Muta. However, the trip takes an inevitable turn as they reach a dead end. Meanwhile, there is a tussle between Geto, Mahito and Kokichi, to which further Kokichi vows to apprise Satoru about the Shibuya plan in order to establish protective armor. But he plans to tackle Mahito first before making a succession in his plot. Kokichi fires his ultra cannon at Mahito. Despite having Mahito on the ropes, Mahito utilizes his domain expansion ability on Kokichi. However, Kokichi utilizes Sadatsuna Ashiya's new shadow style to harm Mahito and free himself from his domain. Suguru confirms this domain technique neutralizes all other techniques and damages anyone. Kokichi sets his sights on Suguru, but Mahito attacks him from inside the giant Mechamaru. Despite having many tricks up his sleeve, Mahito's cunning antics helped him secure victory over Kokichi. Kokichi summons a smaller Mechamaru to defend himself and goes for one final assault to end Mahito. We cut to Kasumi sitting with Mechamaru. Kasumi promises she'll visit him one day to strengthen their bond. Mahito defeats Kokichi and departs with Suguru. The radius veil was lowered to 400. Many citizens are partying hard to celebrate the holiday in this area near the Tokyo outlet at nearly late evening since it was Halloween night. Someone spots something strange in the sky. Suddenly, a strange wind current starts pulling people into it. At around 8 at night, Kento converses with Kiyotaka about the incident. He is accompanied by Megumi and Takuma. Meanwhile, Akari explains people were shouting to bring Satoru Gojo during this occurrence to Naobito, Maki, and Nobara. She tells them that the veil is not preventing sorcerers from entering or leaving and they cannot break it. Akari suggests finding the cursed user who set it up and defeats them. We cut to Panda who is accompanied by Atsuya. Atsuya speculates the culprits behind the exchange event are responsible for the veil. He says the upper brass sent Satoru in alone to handle the problem. He said all the groups have been sent here on standby to catch Satoru's rebounds. The citizens are inside the barrier being upset over the fact that they cannot leave. This soon ends with Satoru passing through the barrier and apologizing to a citizen for knocking him over. Yuji is seen questioning if it was a wise decision to let Satoru handle his part of the mission alone while being paired up with Ui and Mei. Mei receives word that another veil was lowered over Meiji Shrine Station and tells Ui and Yuji they need to head there immediately to check it out. Meanwhile, Satoru encounters Jogo, Hanami, and Choso in an underground subway station and plans to fight them. At the same time, Mei and the others discuss the veil that is covering the underground subway station and trapping people inside. Someone reports that 2 assistant supervisors were defeated and that the curse user or spirit who lowered the veils is located somewhere nearby. The person tells Mei that there are transfigured humans between the barriers too. Mei uses her crow to scout the area but the bird gets taken. She asks Yuji if he would rather do an exorcism of one powerful cursed spirit or kill lots of weak transfigured humans. Mei tells Yuji that transfigured humans are wandering about and attacking humans on level B4 of the underground subway station. She says normal people are being forced to flee to B5 to get served up. Since her crow got hunted between B1 and B2, she suspects the curse user or spirit veil lifter is in that location. Mei plans to head to B4 with Ui to rescue the remaining civilians. She says if things get too dangerous, she wants Yuji to head down there. Mei hopes they'll uncover what their opponent is after. Yuji encounters a locust-cursed spirit and asks him where Mahito is. The cursed spirit says Mahito's below and that he was assigned to protect the veil. Yuji notices a strange object behind the creature and plans to destroy it. Yuji fights the locust-cursed spirit. Despite undergoing a monstrous transformation and using dastardly tricks, Yuji defeats the locust-cursed spirit. Mei and Ui succeed in defeating some transfigured humans in their area. Mei suggests she and Ui wait for Yuji to descend B5, now that the veil's been lifted. Yuji reunites with Mei and Ui. They head for B5 and Mei praises Yuji for his effort. Yuji checks on some civilians when they arrive. Suddenly, strange things start happening as we cut to Satoru confronting Jogo and his allies. Jogo and his crew uplift the blind and Satoru realizes humans are nearby. They begin murdering each human one by one and turn their attention to Satoru. During their battle, A flashback of Geto informing Yugo about Satoru's abilities and possible strategies he will use to retaliate is received. Geto suggests they get Satoru to focus on rescuing non-sorcerers and defeating cursed spirits. Satoru removes his blindfold and plans to go all out in his fight with them. Geto tells Jogo in the flashback that he wants him and his team to hold out for 20 minutes. Geto is proceeding to plan the execution of his prison realm plan after the time is up. This day begins with someone interviewing several staff and students about what Satoru Gojo means to them. We witness Satoru with 2 cursed spirits' heads in his hands. Sometime before that, Satoru had challenged Jogo, Hanami, and Choso for a fight, which they most certainly do, and they fight. Despite their effort, Satoru annihilates Hanami in front of Jogo. Now, Geto is explaining what the prison realm is to his comrades. He says it serves as a barrier, the embodiment of Genshin, and can seal almost anything. Geto says once the door to the prison realm is opened, the seal of it is effective within a range of a radius of 4 meters. He says it is important they keep Satoru within that range for 1 minute. Jogo confronts Geto because he does not trust him, but Geto says that it shall be fine. In the present, Jogo tries to flee from Satoru. His attempts to do so fail him, so he resorts to being on the offensive and urges Choso to assist him. Satoru analyzes his situation and realizes that he is unable to save all the humans present in the area. Meanwhile, Jogo questions if the door to the prison realm is ready yet, but Geto says it should take a while and hence it is far from it. He urges Jogo and Choso to make Satoru feel more tense. Meanwhile, the person Yuji interrogated previously becomes a transfigured human. Moreover, the train arrives signaling to Jogo that everything is going smoothly. Several beasts exit the train and start eating people in Satoru's area. Mahito jumps out of the vehicle and taunts Satoru. Choso and Mahito go on a killing spree while Jogo continues fighting Satoru. Mahito examines Satoru and understands that he is colder than Yuji. With all the living and dead people around him, Mahito knows Satoru will snap soon and unleash his unlimited void. If that takes place in this area, he would end up killing everyone present in the respective area. Satoru unleashes a 0.2-second unlimited void. Satoru used this because it would not turn non-sorcerers into invalids or leave them with after effects. Further, during the 0.2-second unlimited void, half a year's worth of intel is poured into non-sorcerers' brains, including transfigured humans. It was seen that the humans on the 5th floor underground area successfully returned to society 2 months later. An unlimited void at this level could wake up special-grade cursed spirits at the moment, so Satoru opted to attack the transfigured humans. We see the place from earlier where there was Satoru. He had killed 1,000 transfigured humans in the area in mere seconds. Satoru notices a box on the ground. Geto opens the prison realm and greets Satoru. Satoru questions if it is really Geto in front of him as he recalls moments of their time at Jujutsu High. The box transforms into a type of cursed spirit and binds itself to Satoru. Satoru worries it might be it for him because of all the energy he has used up in a span of time. Satoru discovers that the Geto in front of him is not the real one. Gojo did not take enough care in disposing of his best friend's dead body, and the stitch in his forehead came off, revealing a sentient brain with an evil smile. The brain was in control of Geto Suguru. The doppelganger of Geto tells Satoru that the seal will be lifted in about 1,000 years. The person wishes Satoru well and hopes to see him again in the new world. Someone is seen informing Yuji that Satoru has been sealed away inside the prison realm. With him trapped inside the prison, nothing would stop the curses from going rampant on the human population, and now it was to be their free reign.